This is a crazy thing to say. Here we are. This is the final series for Vinchester, second to last series for Nicov, and we arrive here with Vinchester needing to win the Season 1 champion. If he does not win this play all 3, he's relegated, which is crazy. And then Nicov, it's even more difficult for him. He needs 5 wins of the next 6 to stay alive, and this final series will be up against Doubt. So happy to have you here, Dave, and should be a crazy one.
And Nikov's matchup against Stout historically in S-tier events really bad. I think it was 1-8 or 2-8.
Yeah, not great
yesterday.
Yep.
But anyway, we have Shoals, and you think that Italians are really, really strong here if they go for the FC play and then just retake water later. And Nicov has actually got Italians in the draft. However, Vinchester has got Mongols, which are also really strong here. You can push the deer right away. They're right next to your TC, and you have a 400-fooded elephant. Which is super valuable. Do you actually get 2 elephants or just 1 here? I think it's just 1, right?
It's just 1, yeah. And I think you get 6 deer instead of 4.
But there's also extra deer patches everywhere.
Yeah,
so
that and then
you can take advantage of it.
This doesn't apply to the Mongol bonus, but it just in terms of general food, the water buffalo are 150 a pop, so there's just so much there.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, this is a matchup I think we've probably seen even together 2 or 3 times. It's really common. Yep. I've really liked the fast castle with Italians. I think it's really hard to stop. And I've seen fast castle with Mongols as well, but less frequently. So Vinchester's approach has always seemed to be a little bit of more water control. So you got to pay attention to the tiny things here. Like, will Nicov save that fish for later? The one he's taking now. Will he look around for other fish so he can fish underneath his sea tower later? Just small things like that if we're expecting a fast castle from Nicov.
Yeah, I don't think you saved this one because you can't see the deep fish to the left. If you could see that, I think you'd be on that. But if you explore over there, there's no guarantee. He is just going to be taking that one. He's going to be going for Loom now. Vinchester already on the way to Feudal Age. And the reason the Italian FC is so strong is like, how can you stop it early? You're so far away from your opponent. You can't really do enough early pressure to stop them getting to Castle Age. And even if you take water control in Feudal Age, they're going to get there before you. They're probably going to sneak a dock or 2 on the edges of the pond that you can't see or under the sea tower, and then they just push you back again.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, you just have the fishing ships alive for a bit longer than you would in a normal water map, but Nicov is going to go Feudal, and that's not a bad play, right? We're talking about the fast castle. I mean, it's still cheaper for you to go to the next stage. Italians are a great water sieve, but both players are probably just going to go 2 docks on water. And we'll see the second dock come up shortly for Vinch, I imagine. He's kind of waiting for the wood. There he goes. And then Nikov's going to do the same here. So just a water war.
I'm interested to see like what level Vinch is playing at because I haven't been too impressed with him in Titans League so far. It kind of feels like he came in a little bit unprepared. He was traveling around. I know when he matched up against I can't remember right now who he got 3-0'd by. ACCM.
ACCM, yeah.
I know he was traveling, so it was an issue for him, and you could definitely see it, even though ACCM played so strong. But he should be prepared for this one. Like, he should be ready for this one, because this is literally his tournament life.
Yeah, and the stakes are massive for both, right? Like, I think it's actually more realistic for Vinchester to win 1 series 2-1 or 3-0 than it is for Nicov to have to win, like, 2 series. And have one of them be a 3-0. So both players are under so much pressure here. And they obviously respect each other a lot. I'm sure they've run into each other many times. But just going to be galley v galley. And sometimes you don't even see players go for fletching here. Nicov, he hasn't gone for the blacksmith yet. And we have the early blacksmith already for Vinchester. That's super early.
And Nikov's fish positions now, that's hard to say. Fish positions.
Fish positions.
are terrible.
Yeah.
Because he took that 1 fish in front of the dock. Now he's taking deep fish way far away from his docks. Whereas Vinchester still has really safe fish for the time being. He is getting a galley caught out here, though, as he goes for fletching. Nicov doesn't have it yet.
This scout situation's interesting. Nicov just kind of let his scout stand there. And Vinch got the first hit. And it's still standing there.
I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
There's no letting the scout stand there. He's not realizing the scout is standing there.
Yeah. And it's funny because Vinchester actually turned around and went back in. So instead of being on 5 HP, he's on 10 now because he got the first hit twice. So smart move there from Vinchester. A bit of heads-up play from him. And again, fletching's in. No fletching for Nicov, but at least with the games that I've seen, players haven't really been rushing that. Because we have seen so many games where players don't even go all-in galleys on this map.
Yep.
And
it's rare that they go past like 7 or 8
galleys. Or at least like they'll do it, but I never really feel like it's worth it in the late game because fire ships just feel so strong in Castle Age. But Nikov's going to see fletchings in now for Vinchester. And again, he needs a 2-1 minimum win here, Nicov, which again puts him under pressure against Dowd. And Vinchester with I think a breezy start. He's killed the scout. He has his scout to scout the rest of the map. And we're just looking at galleys right now, but it's still a cleaner start for him.
One of these players is definitely going down, right? Or is there a situation where both of them could stay up?
Both of them stay up if... Wait. No. I think... Yeah, because if Vinchester... yeah, one of these players is definitely going down for sure. One of these two.
Damn, dude. Oh, that's tragic.
That's crazy. Okay, so both kind of glowing for fishing ships right now. They're expecting to encounter each other. Vinch is going to kill the fish. Nicov didn't see the fish. They were over to the right side, so that's another advantage for Vinchester here.
Oh, man, that tree, too. That little mangrove tree there forced the galley to keep spinning around, taking extra shots from the tower. Now Nicov is in an awful position, and he's just going to have to run around and look for these fish.
Yeah, I guess.
You just got to get the fish at this point, and he can't even. He can't even.
So no scout, so you're always uncertain on if your opponent's going to be doing something. And it's talk about the worst possible start for Nicov. 10-1, soon to be 11-1 KD. He hasn't killed any eco in this game. Painful.
Yeah, and all because he missed the fish on the left side, and then he had to try and loop back towards the right, getting hit by that sea tower the entire time, and then runs right into the navy from Vinchester. So super unfortunate for Nicov. He has saved a couple galleys though. Man, these galleys keep pulling spin moves. Like
I know they hit the trees and they just zoom.
Yeah.
He is. I like how he's being sneaky
here.
Good. Yeah, this is really good on both sides too. He must be confused on where the fish are, but he doesn't have any of his own. So
Nikov's now up.
He's up faster.
Before Vinchester, and if he kills the fish, then Vinchester doesn't really have an eco advantage right now. Vinch is actually heading out towards the hunt on the right side. He's not running with his fish, but he shouldn't survive here.
Yeah, he shouldn't. You're already going to lose water anyways if you're Nicov, so just sacrifice what you can to kill the fish. So here's the thing. Like, yeah, the KD doesn't look good, but now they both don't have fishing ships. Nikov's going to be faster to Castle Age, where he can transition into some different things. And, I think there's a world where he could have some success. It almost looks like he's sending villagers to the right to maybe town center there. There's nothing from Vinchester to stop that. But, dude, the score, because of the scouting and there being Mongols... it's just so painful. Yeah, and that's
and the Navy too. It's massive.
It just feels like you're in a worse position than you actually are right now, I think.
I think the Castle Age timing is going to be really nice mental boost here for Nicov, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, sold the stone to get up, but immediately goes to mine the stone to get the stone back for a TC. I like this a lot. He's got to be worried, right? There could be a scout or two from Vinchester out that he's created. And Vinchester's adding the stable at home now, but he won't have anything for a bit, which will give Nicov an opportunity. And then Vinch, left side. We could even see a TC from him.
100 stone immediately, or does he wait for the stone to come in? I think you buy the first 100, right?
Yeah, you just buy it, because you don't want this to be denied.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the stone's still helpful later on, so that's fine. Every other
Nicov,
time,
still with the other two galleys, comes back and finds the fish from Vinchester.
Oh, shoot.
That's so good, dude. That's so good.
Yeah, Vinch had to
Vinch
add
is going to
those.
be like, where did these come from? What the hell?
That's amazing. Yeah, because normally when you win water, you add more fishing ships, and then you're back on top there. I mean, still, the hunt has been amazing for Vinch. His food eco is incredible. He's able to make step lancers. Nicov barely able to afford anything, but I like the safe walling from Nicov. You don't want to let Vinchester, of all people, run past your walls and into your base. I'm a little concerned there's a hole to the left of that house for Nicov by the berries and the wood line. But yeah, I mean, assuming there's no hole there, hopefully he won't have step lancers in his eco. He goes monastery on the right and then TC on the right, so he does have control of the gold.
I like this, dude. I can just take a break and you can cast. It's wonderful. I feel like Mapu right now. I've been doing so much casting lately. I just gotta like. It's nice to have a co-caster, you know?
Yeah, nice to chill, get different perspectives. So speaking of just Shoals in general, I only saw the game from Nili and Margugu, but they both went FC into triple dock fires. And it was just 3 TCs and full water control the whole game till late game. But in Platinum League, if these guys don't have TCs up on the side early Castle Age, it feels like they're dead. It's crazy how different the approach is.
Yep. There's a different meta for sure.
Yeah.
Once you get up to the higher level. As Nicov now sending a monk out, he's not going to discover the relic that's right underneath Vinchester's new TC, at least yet. There could be a situation where he could snag this, though. He sees it really early before that TC goes up.
It's a really helpful find to just know where that TC is, though, because you see stone next to it. Oh, man.
Nicov! Oh, he sees it.
There he goes.
That's good scouting, right?
Yeah, and you don't go for the relic.
Snag it.
No,
take it.
you
no,
don't.
Take it. Take it, dude. Take it. There's only 4 villagers. Take it.
No way he's going to get this.
Get it. Yes.
Wow.
He's off.
You just know Nicov, like, it seems like a stupid thing, but with how Titans League has been going,
happy.
and with how this game has gone, he needed that. He needed that relic so badly.
Dude, I would have been so disappointed if he didn't take that. You got to take that chance, man. You got to take that chance. Also, he has a scout on the left side. Things are starting to go pretty well here for Nicov. And Vinchester only has 2 fishing ships.
Yeah.
So he's not really capitalizing over the water control. He kills a villager on the left side. He takes the relic. He sees the TC, and he goes for a siege workshop before the aggressive siege workshop comes down from Vinchester. So Nicov actually finding himself in a somewhat decent position here.
A defensive monastery. Also, Nicov found the hole to the left of the house that I talked about. He added a palisade, so there's no worry that the step lancers will get in. A couple re-walls from him, so he's had to work hard for this. But he's going to have 3 relics. He's defended from the step lancers, and he sees the TC on the right and can pressure that with siege. So the micro is going to matter there. But great recovery here from Nicov in like a do or die scenario. He cannot be dropping games. He needs to get the momentum fast. And he's ahead right now.
Finch going for a 4th TC now.
That's pretty crazy.
Let's take a look at his food eco. I mean, he's got 2 fishing ships. He's got some villagers taking the hunt on the left, but that hunt's expired now.
Yeah, I also don't know who's building that TC. It's just sitting there. I feel like, I mean, we're going to have action on the right. I would prefer to see the TC more at home in the back of your base, near the stone there.
Oh, nice shot by Nicov. Also trying to convert the step lancers, but gets the monk snipe from behind. It's a 1-for-none trade, though.
There's no monks on the field for Vinch.
At all.
Nice attack ground from Nicov, too. And Nikov's going to save the monk, and he'll kill all the step lancers because of that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What an attack round there from Nicov. Couple attack rounds on that army from Vinchester. Takes it out completely. Those 4 step lancers really giving no value other than 1 monk snipe earlier.
Oh, that's crazy. And now, since you don't have any monks, you're going to find it awkward to be able to defend from this type of position. There's siege from Nicov. I don't hate it, Dave. I don't hate it. Guard tower pressure on this side could be so good. And look at that. The knight snipe. There's now no siege from Vinch. That tower is going to go up right there on that stone.
I mean, could have made a TC there, too.
He's not Persians. Come on.
Yeah, dude, just make a TC.
Pick Malians and just research Tigui.
Then you don't have to research guard tower. It's the same investment.
I like Nikov's food eco at home right now. I think this is a really big thing. You know, he's got horse collar. I know we make the memes and the jokes, but that's generally really important on the transition here. And that food eco is going to be safe. The side eco is safe. And he's also still looking at the left. I mean, Vinch is making houses. I like this just for vision.
Nikov's going to kill another villager over there.
Yeah, seriously.
Really, really nice stuff. Adding those scouts in. Already getting a lot of value of that scout with 2 villager kills of its own. And Vinchester finally has enough stone for a castle, but it's like, where do you put it?
Oh my god, right? Did you see that dodge from Nicov with his mangonel? And now he goes in with his knight. And now he gets the crop shot! Oh my god, Nikov's playing out of his mind right now, Dave.
He did lose. It is important to note he did lose 2 monks because of that. He was fully focused on it. Did lose 2 to the TC. TC's dead though, and Vinchester is forced to go for the castle way far back, and he hasn't started building it yet, Tristan. He has not started building this castle. Nicov can see this, I think.
Oh, my word.
He's coming. He's got 2 monks here, a knight, and 3 mangonels.
Vinch has to win 2-1. Vinch has to win 2-1, or he's relegated. Nicov, what is happening right here?
Focus on the Vills building. Focus on the Vills building.
Yeah, you're probably not.
So many dying.
You're probably not going to stop the castle from going up,
really?
But if you can
really?
kill villagers.
You think so? 85%. He's got monks here, Tristan. He's got monks. He's got mangonels. He's got knights.
No way.
You think it's not going to get stopped?
No way. 99.95%.
No, it's up.
Oh, my word. Well.
Oh, my God.
What a great job from Nicov. He saw the TC with that monk, right? And that monk got the relic, which is already good. And then he just knew what to do with the position. He's got to breathe now. Like, I could see he's sending all these vills now. I think this is maybe a little too extreme. You got to breathe, drop your castle, and just get up to Imp and treb that bad boy down. I mean, you should win this game now if you're Nicov, as long as you don't make any big mistakes. Holy.
How many villager kills there? Like 20? Something like that? Something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more. It's 34-4 on the Eco KD. He killed like 5 fishing ships, a couple villagers on the left. So, yeah, maybe 25, 26. There's no hesitation from Nicov to move forward after that, which was so good. And I think, Vinch, like, if you have any chance now, you have to try and ram down this castle, and you've got to push the left. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you can focus on this castle. I think you have to give this castle up. 100%.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you don't want to with Mongols because you're going into Magnite production, but you got to focus on the left now because that area over there against Italians, you know you're going to be up later. He's got a forward castle, so odds are he's probably already clicked up to him.
Yep.
That's just impossible. It's just impossible.
Do you think it's fair to say, like, obviously with all the stakes at hand, that if Nicov lost his first game, that mentally he just couldn't win 5 straight, 2 against Vinch and then 3 against Doubt? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I don't know.
Okay. He did just delete a villager in his base when he tried to delete Lumber Camp. But that's kind of my vibe. So, like, again, what an important moment here for Nicov to capitalize on. And I think if you're Nicov, you just brace yourself on the left, right? So you even a defensive castle there and you're fine. You just don't make any mistakes there. Uh-oh. Bad time to bring that up. But yeah, as long as you defend on the left and push the right, you're in a great position here.
That castle's...
Oh, God. Oh.
I said it should go up, but there's 3 galleys here, 3 Mangudai.
Oh, God.
And there's not much surface area to put this castle up. It is at 57%. There's a knight coming. It should... Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of vills, but the castle will go up.
Yeah, maybe an example of one that could have just been on the farm space here. I mean, Vinchester's going to be happy to see that. He's going to feel better about his chances now. He killed quite a few villagers there, maybe about 12.
Well, he's going to feel a lot worse about his chances when he sees the uptime here.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And Nicov stealing another relic from the middle of Vinchester's base with this monk.
And look at the micro.
Got Genbos here. Yep.
No fletching for Nicov. In fact, 0 blacksmith upgrades or university upgrades for Nicov right now.
That is relic number 5 already from Nicov coming back.
Crazy.
There's 2 more on the left side for Vinchester, but that's going to be really good gold income in addition to already controlling the entirety of the right side gold.
You know, we'll see. A big issue I have for Nicov is he doesn't really have army control to move out when he doesn't have a castle.
Like, what is that castle on the left? You say he doesn't have army control, and he goes for a super aggressive castle.
But Vinch
look
is
at Vinchester. He's running away, man. He's running away.
Vinch has to come home to get his other castle up, Dave, and he's scared. These things don't even... These Genoese crossbowmen don't even have Bod Canero yet, but Nikov's castle will actually go up on the other side. That's huge.
That is massive.
Yeah, because that could have so easily been denied. Getting only 6 Genoese crossbowmen for Nicov. Just now getting Bodkin, getting chemistry. Will definitely take out the castle from Vinch on the right. Now he's got a position to trap Vinch on the left. And for Vinch, he's making Mangudai, but you're not going to have the castles, really, to mass them.
Also, you don't really have the food eco to be getting all the upgrades you need.
Yeah, it's true. Elite Mangudai is pricey.
Very pricey.
And, you know, you just need so many upgrades for Mangudai to be the unit that everyone gets excited about. But Nikov's got to chill, man. On the left side, he's starting to freak out a little bit. Rally point set underneath the castles. Needs to get the trebs rolling. Is doing so. And he still has a position on the other side, which is so important to him.
I think Nicov might have been better suited if he didn't make any genbos on the left side early. If he just used those castles for treb production instead of genbos, he would have already been trebbing down this castle from Vinchester. But he does have a lot of trebs, or a couple trebs on the right side, and he's going to start working away on that castle. And Vinchester now has to pick his battles, and the Mangadai are coming back again for like the third time.
Yeah.
They've just been back and forth here, and that's going to give Nicov time to place another forward castle.
This is a crazy approach from Nicov, Dave. He knows he just can't give the Mongols time, and anytime he has trebuchets, he wants a castle next to it. This is what, his 5th castle in this game? I think he's got enough to hold against the Mangadai. These are not elite Mangadai.
Lisic's coming in, too. Lisic's coming in now.
That's some good micro from both
Mangadai
players, but yeah, the Mangadai, I think at the very least, they trade 50-50.
They'll kill. Wow,
and they take
surprising.
the trebs.
They won't be able to deny the castle, but they might be able to kill those trebs there.
Yeah. Nicov
repairing, and the Mangadai need to run away.
Yeah, once the castle goes up, the Mangadai, I'm not sure if they'll be able to still sit there. And wow, that castle was so important to Nicov in that position. On the other side, it's a treb war, and Nikov's winning that treb war as well, Dave. So he's going to take out another castle here from Vinchester, who's still only at 10 Mangadai.
Yep. And Nicov still has plenty of options. Like, even if Vinchester manages to defend somewhere, it's unlikely he's going to be pushing, and then Nicov can, like, go water control. He gets a lot more map area. Yep. He can start going into, like, more bombard cannons to deal with the trebs from Vinchester. He can research Elite Genoese Expo. Like, there's so many options here.
This is a crazy, crazy situation, man. Vinchester is on the verge of losing game 1, which means he has to win 2 straight, or he will be relegated. Nicov, it took him a long time to show up, like the Nicov that we know, Dave, in Titans League this season, but he picked the perfect moment to show up, man. He's looking really strong here. Got to be careful with his siege on the other side, but again, he's got castle fire.
He'll trade that bombard cannon for 3 Mangadai.
Yeah.
4 Mangadai.
Yep.
Like, you do that every day, right? You've got 5 relics. You've got complete gold control on the right side, and you're cutting off the gold control on the left, and you know your opponent maximum has 2 castles right now. He's actually only got 1, and he's placing a second one now. But look at the back of Vinch's base. Vinch calls the GG. Nicov wins game 1, and things just got a hell of a lot more complicated for Vinchester now.
Oh my god, dude.
So exciting, bro. It's so exciting. Let's go.
And again, the Nicov, he's an emotional guy, right? And I remember he's normally seen as a little reserved, but there's been some instances with him over the years where he gets a win, he's on mic or something, and he starts screaming, you know? And I hope he has that fire in him right now, because this was the worst possible start. GGs were flying in all the chats after the start, and he turned it around. Such a great job on that right side, Dave. The conversions on the Step Lancer and the killing of the Step Lancers, the siege micro, and then it was just castle drop after castle drop. So sick.
I think the biggest thing for Nicov was actually like the time into Castle Age was great, right? And expanding out was great and whatever, snagging the relic, spotting that TC, everything. But the galleys that he split after he lost the major engagement, he comes in, he snipes the 3 fish from Vinchester. Vinchester then clears up those galleys. He's like, I'm safe. So he adds 2 more fish. Nicov comes and snipes those.
That was so good.
And that means that Vinchester is like scared to add fish in the future, right? He doesn't want to waste his investment. So he gets no advantage from winning the water early. Literally nothing. So even with the rough start, he had 2 fishing ships the other 25 minutes of the game.
Exactly.
Taking food there, and that's it.
And then Nicov was, he got the TCs up and he got the ball rolling on monks. 5 relics from all these different corners of the map. Didn't lose many monks this game. Just incredible. And so we'll move on now to Vinchester's home map. Vinchester's home map is Arabia, where Nicov is extremely capable. So it's not as if Nikov's a clown. He did pick Arena as a home map, which kind of surprised me. But after game 1, Nicov needs 4 more wins of the next 5 more games. Of course, 2 more here against Vinchester, and then his final series against Stout. Still a lot of work for Nicov. But Vinchester has to win this game. He has to win the next game. This is his final round. If he does not, he is relegated out of the top league. Just crazy stuff. Nicov, Lithuanians on Arabia, and then Vinchester with the classic pick in the Mayans.
Interesting map generations here, too. Vinchester does not have a back wood line, but he's got 3 fairly good ones, and he has a back gold. So I think it's still a decent enough map. And then we're looking at Nicov, and his wood lines are actually quite far away from his town center, but he does kind of have a safe one to the left and golden stone in very nice positions at the back of his base. He can definitely wall this up and then maybe wall to his TC on the other sides.
That is very, very helpful to have. I think also having a wood line that can't be ranged is particularly helpful against the Mayans if they're going archers.
Yep.
Now, Nicov had played against ACCM yesterday, actually, and it was when ACCM was playing as the Aztecs, and Nicov went to wood really early, kind of like people do on water maps with Lithuanians, so he could go for the drush. And he hasn't opted to do that here, so clearly he doesn't really feel the need to get militia out as early, though it's still a possibility. And then when I think Vinchester with Mayans, man, I mean, he's the guy who started the 2 militia meta in the first place.
Yep.
He started that. And then after that had already been a thing for a while, I'd seen him many times, particularly in Season 1 of Titans League. 2 militia, 24, 25 pub up behind it, crazy control. So that's kind of what I'm thinking from Vinch.
The thing I love to see from him is like the 2 militia drush into not finding any value with it, but still going up really fast, adding 2 more on the way up, and then men-at-arms and archer range. And it's him and it's Sato that do that a lot, and they do it really well. And it means that even if you didn't get value from your initial drush, you're still getting value from those units being on the field. And you're capitalizing on the fact that you have them. So then you suddenly have 4 men-at-arms with an archer range behind. It's a really precise build, but it's really oppressive if done correctly.
Yeah, and I think the key with this strat, because I've seen it work and not work so many times, is how confident of a player are you? And we've seen various forms of Vinchester in the past, right? Vinchester who's confident and never walls. Vinchester who's not and walls too much. And honestly, walling is the killer with that strat. If that's what we see from Vinch, and it looks like it is, if you look at these wood lines and think, oh yeah, I can wall that, and you pull like 4 vills and start to wall everything, you're not going to be able to afford that follow-up as easily. So I think that you kind of have to play open with it too. And man, look at this. Vinchester's actually going to find the barracks from Nicov. So he'll know that Nikov's doing the same thing. We might actually see 3 militia. If he spots this, he might want to surprise him.
Might send 1.
Yeah, true. Or make none. I don't know.
It used to just be like, oh my god, he's going barracks. It's a drush. And we knew what a drush was, right? 3 militia drush. But now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dude,
how many is it going to be?
Check this out. Nicov either knows that he's been spotted, or this was part of his original plan. He's using the barracks as one of his Dark Age buildings with his lumber camp, and he's going for mining camp. So this is a fast, crazy uptime for archers from Nicov here. And this is not something Nicov is really showing to Vinchester. Vinchester saw the barracks, and so he just assumes, oh yeah, there's going to be militia coming towards me.
My man goes up 17 village, 18 pop, and he's queued a militia already.
Oh, he's going to try and
he's on the way up to
too?
feudal age. Oh my god, this build is so tight, dude. Even with Lithuanians, really, really tight build here.
Well, I mean, if anyone's going to make eco upgrade jokes in this game, you should know that it's usually not possible to get eco upgrades, fletching, and everything timed. Vinch is going to see the militia and think this is just a late Dark Age rush. He's not going to know this is man-at-arms. Holy.
Yeah, but like, it's just... How are you going to find the resources? Like, what kind of penny pinching are you going to need to do if you're Nicov to get all your upgrades and continue producing, right? Like, it's going to be wild. You need that range follow-up somehow. And look at the walls from Vinchester. He's already fully walled here. We're at minute 8, and he's walled off like the entire corner of the map.
And he's just bringing in a boar. So is this fast castle from him? I think this could get punished.
These builds, bro.
Yeah, these are both crazy build orders, and we love to see it, obviously. We're just surprised to see it when the stakes are so high. There's the range for Nicov.
Has to be like, what is that timing?
Yeah.
That is wild here as he sees the 2 villagers on the gold. Won't be surprised that it's men-at-arms. He has a lot of wall to defend.
Yep.
That is one thing that's going to hurt him for sure. He has a lot of surface area to defend, and those houses are going to be -2 armor until he gets to feudal age. He hasn't even clicked up yet. Dude. Men-at-arms is going to be in. Like, that house is going to melt.
If that first archer gets forward, I think Vinch is dead. Like, how do you stop this push when there's an archer behind the house? Yeah. You're not even up yet.
He should be looking for the range, and he should be trying to cut off the reinforcements if he's thinking about it, right?
I think Nicov might bring his scout home.
He sees it.
As some form of support. There's the archer. Okay, so at least he's delaying the archer. This is valuable for him. If he didn't delay this, he'd be in such a bad spot.
He'd be so dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good hits from the TC.
I love...
Still, he's delaying it.
Nikov's play is so quick right now. I love this. He's going to go to the berries now because he knows he's going to need the food. He's not losing unnecessary HP on the archers. He's taking out the house. He needs to continue to pressure there. And taking the house is the right play here because you can group up all your units on it, and Dark Age houses have less armor.
Yeah, and look at that house just melt, Tristan. Oh, boy.
What does Vinch do here? Does he go, like, tower defense? This is what I meant, right? Like, his builds are great, but look at his resources. He's going to arrive to feudal fully walled, and look at how much damage he's taken.
Yep. He did do a great job with it, though, with the Eagle and the Drush to keep those archers at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, really good job there. If those archers, like you were saying, if they were here a minute ago when they were first produced, there's no way you're repairing these houses. You're just running away from this berry patch right now. However, Vinchester's still repairing with 2 villas, and the archers are on the way. No fletching for them, of course, because he can barely afford villagers at the moment.
Yeah. I think there's actually a word, like, you have 2 decisions now. You either try and rush fletching and then forget about eco upgrades forever if you're Nicov, and he is going to go for fletching, or you just say, I've done enough. But he hasn't killed any villagers yet, and now the archers are here. And what do we see? Stone walls from Vinch? A market? Like anything to just keep this out? Archer range?
Oh, blacksmith. Good perfect timing. Very fortunate timing there for Vinchester. Oh my god. Feudal Age was in. If it was in 5 seconds later, he's dead.
Yeah, seriously. And again, credit to him for stopping those archers from running forward. Because he would have died there. That would have been relegation zone. Boom. Crazy. There's fletching. Both of these builds are wild to me, but I'm still so impressed with the timings Nicov is getting. We're at 13 minutes. He's got 5 archers with 2 more on the way with fletching. Vinchester's playing catch up.
TC now, though. He's starting to idle it. He wasn't for a very long time. Just idled it for the very first time, which is impressive. But that's 40 seconds right there. So that's like a villager and a half over Vinchester. And Vinchester started with an extra vill too. So he's going to be ahead economically, but he is doing a whole lot of walling, which Nicov really did need to do early.
Yeah. Nicov could, in many cases, snowball this to a faster castle age, but he's been at the limit with everything here. But I love the lack of... or not the lack of aggression. I love the constant aggression. He doesn't hesitate at all. He's just looking for that next kill all the time.
Also has an archer on the woodline to the right, which is going to hurt Vinchester's fairly fragile eco right now.
True.
Lots of idle villagers over there.
Oh, man. And Vinch might have just reacted to it because he didn't micro on the other side, but now he's responded so nicely. The house wall, the palisade.
Not losing his archers either.
This is crazy. Vinchester still hasn't lost a villager to this, which is unbelievable, but all of his woodlines are ranged. And Nikov's, look at him micro that man-at-arm. He's like, yeah, go ahead, try and kill it. I'm going to move all the units that you're attacking at the last second. I just want to kill some freaking villagers.
He gets the wall down. He just lost a villager. He's still ahead in villagers right now, but he hadn't noticed the woodline on the right he still hasn't noticed the woodline on the right, Tristan. And Nicov just keeps sending that archer to different areas to range these vills. Oh, boy.
Oh, Nicov with a misclick there. He does click the house foundation. He's got the hill here, but... You know, Vinchester's starting to catch up in numbers. When you talk about the Mayans, you talk about the cheap archers. And as we've said for years, Mayan privilege, the ability to come back in games. How is Vinchester still alive against this type of build? Look at him, Dave. He'll kill the archers, and he will counterattack. Just crazy.
Nicov is fully walled behind this, though. Important to note. And Vinchester, that woodline, dude, look at the woodline. It's been like that the entire time.
Yeah.
For the last 3 minutes.
It's bad. Wow. Now let's look at resources collected, right? Because one person has eco upgrades, the other one does not. It's actually very close right now. So resources collected is even, and I think you'll take that in most cases if you're Vinch after everything you've gone through. I feel like Vinchester showed what the top level is all about these days. Just being defensive with purpose. But yeah, Nicov, he knows he needs to try and snowball this to aggression in the next stage. He uses the market. He sells everything.
Still no eco upgrades.
Yeah, I think if you just get the wood upgrade now, and horse collar, you don't even plan for castle age eco upgrades. It's just a repeat of the same thing. Just kill fast, but this time in castle.
So that was kind of deliberate. Like you can make fun of Nicov for the eco upgrade stuff, but
that
first
was all
he wanted to get up to feudal age, get the army out, and then he wanted to get up to castle age. He's even sending a villager, but let's hope that he sees these archers. He does. Needs to move that villager away, Nicov.
Yeah, his attack move is perfect. There's no way he's going to let these things get away. And Nicov knows it. So this is the problem. Like, you've got a nice steady buildup of your Vinch. You're going to go archers. What's your plan if you're Nicov now? I guess you see the stable, so that's your answer.
He's sending a villager forward, so it's going to be Siege Workshop, I guess. If it doesn't get discovered, does it get discovered? Does it get discovered? No, he's a very sneaky boy.
Wow. I mean, there's going to be a crazy timing here, that's for certain. And if you just have a couple knights with armor, 1 or 2 mangonels, the timing could be there. Look at Vinch, though. He sees the stable.
Just finish the stable, villagers. That's what Nikov's saying. Just finish it.
But it's so tough. You don't want to lose villagers here. He loses 1. And there he goes. He finishes it. There's the Vill, dude. That Vill is in such a good spot as well. There's so much gold over there. And look at Vinch stonewalling, dude. He knows his tournament life's on the line. He knows he needs to do everything he can.
197 wood. He just wants to place the Siege Workshop. There it is.
Oh man. Boy. This is crazy. Knight's on the way. Vinch has to go home. He's got 2 minutes till he's in castle.
Look at him house walling behind all of these palisades. Stone walling, house walling. He's like, I can't. I just cannot let the knights in. I think he's going to be very surprised by the Siege Workshop, though. Because he had army all over the map.
Yeah.
For it to come up in that timing is going to be extremely surprising for Vinchester.
Yeah, because I think if you're expecting the siege push, you're expecting it on the hill.
Yeah.
Where his archers are right now. So I think he's hoping that Nikov's now sending the villager forward. What he doesn't know, of course, is that the mangonel is already on the way. So what I would do here, if I'm Nicov, is I just pressure right where that gold is. Oh, he doesn't actually know, but he's actually going to the right area. And I just attack the blacksmith and just pop out and surprise here. Kill villagers or army, either or, as quickly as possible is what's needed now.
Villagers on the woodline, I think. And he got him. He gets 2 right away. Good value already from this mangonel. Gets another one, too. Nice attack ground there from Nicov.
Dude.
That's 3 villagers dead. That's not good for Vinchester at all. He's still 30 seconds away. He needs a market so he can, buy stone for a castle immediately?
He'll actually need a blacksmith for Bodkin Arrow, too. And he's going to try and drop a castle here.
Yeah, you need to pull, 15 villagers for this, not just these ones. You need the farming villagers too. You need all the boys and girls.
Yeah, how about 39? That's what he's got. Send it all. But again, no Bodkin Arrow, which really stops his ability to combat this. And here goes Nicov, but I guess if the castle goes up, you feel better about things.
That eagle just saved the castle. Popping out and delaying Nicov for a couple seconds, and now Nicov needs to run away. And he does get the mangonel. No! He gets the second one too. Oh my god, no Bodkin, no need.
What? I hope people realize why we're so hyped right now because of the stakes, but also how sick this game has been. Right now, this has been amazing aggression versus amazing defense. And defense tends to win in Age of Empires 2 because there's so many different things you can do, from conversions to siege to castles. But Maybe Nicov will have to snowball this into late game from here. I don't know.
He should add a monastery now and start grabbing these relics while he can.
Honestly, if Bodkin Arrow was in, these crossbows should be in a much better position. But with no Bodkin Arrow,
now they're gonna die.
The crossbows are all gonna die. And I think
unless Vinchester can find a beautiful spot, Nicov pulling away some of the wounded ones, he shouldn't be able to win this.
This is so good from Nicov though. Pulls back the weak knights. Another reason to maybe have a monastery too, just to heal up. But yeah, I mean, the approach from Nicov now is just switch position. Okay, he's got a castle there. Let's try and switch position. We know he has a wood line, and we know he has a stone over on this hill, and it's the perfect position for him to push, I think.
Ooh, nice eagle. Another good eagle from Vinchester there, clearing up that mangonel. Nicov needed to not make any further mangonels. That's not really giving you that much value anymore. He sends 2 more over to the left, and he makes another Siege Workshop. Okay, apparently he heavily disagrees with my assessment.
Well, I mean, your opponent's going plumed archers. So, if you just continue to push
we'll buy another castle and put it here, right? Yeah, there it is.
Well, where's he put it?
Oh my god, Nicov almost just killed all of his own knights. Delete that house and put it there. Okay, he puts it closer to the other TC. And he's going to get that up, and the Mangonels, well, they won't find that much value.
This is like round 4 of Vinchester defending a position that no one in their right mind should ever survive from in this game.
Yep.
Round 4.
Nice attack rounds here from Nicov. Oh my goodness.
And Nicov knows, because it's happened before, exactly what Vinchester's trying to do. But he also knows that Vinchester is going to complete that castle. So, you know, I mean, crazy aggression from Nicov. But now Nikov's got to be looking at this like, well, what the crap am I supposed to do? This guy's got 2 castles to make plumed archers now.
Vinch still doesn't realize he doesn't have bodkin, by the way.
Oh, true. Yeah.
He clicked it. He thinks he has it.
If Nicov had scouted Vinchester's base and knew there was no wood back there, I think he'd be feeling so much better about his position because wood is so important here.
Yep.
But hey, I mean, that the 3 mangonels on the other side of the wood line, that TC's done. There's no way that TC should survive. Especially with the mangonels
just
on
now
the hill.
going for his second, though. So Vinchester is still ahead on Vils.
Yep.
Nicov just now getting the second wood upgrade. Hasn't had Horse Scholar this entire time either. So Eco is not looking the best. But you're right. If he knew about the woodline situation, he'd feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
And he could even have like mangonels behind all these woodlines. Maybe even send villagers forward to like randomly tower this area.
Yep. This is a situation where having double house wall behind your palisades is so nice if you're Nicov because the counterattack's going to come. The left side where that wood line is, there could be an overchop, and it's about to happen, Dave. So that's the one area where he's kind of vulnerable. And Nicov will add his 3rd siege workshop in the game. He wants to be aggressive, so he wants scorpions and siege at home. But Nicov, you cannot let these plumed archers get into that wood line here. You have a warning now. Vinchester's showing you he's here. You got to double check that as you continue your push. And here he goes. He's like expecting to find something in the back of Vinchester's base. This is like the weirdest little path he's had to take.
Also, Vinch is TCing the siege workshop, the initial siege workshop from Nicov.
Oh man, that's so crazy. This game is amazing. I
Also,
love this.
Where are the monks from Nicov? He should be grabbing relics already with Lithuanians, I think.
I agree,
and
but
also
it's
monks to heal
so
up your
tough.
knights. It is tough, I know, because especially with Nicov, who's like a momentum type of player, right? Just wants to keep steamrolling.
Dude,
But at some point, you just have to settle down and look at your win conditions.
well,
There's nothing back here.
there's nothing back
Nikov's gonna
here.
be like, what is going on?
And there's
oh my god!
still no botkin, Vinchester. You're crazy.
He doesn't realize, dude. He doesn't know.
Those attack
Great
rounds
micro
were on
there.
both
Oh
sides. What's he doing?
He's trying to snipe the Vil, I think. No, he's going after the Mangonel behind. He does get the Vil, but he loses plumes.
Yeah. Now, the Nicov had to do damage control of the house foundation on the left side because he's got a scorpion at home. Nicov also has a scorpion on the new TC. And we have a big fight here with the plumes. The Eagles dive in for the mangonels. There's no repair villager, Dave. But this is
Bro,
still
the micro-
amazing from Nicov.
The micro from Vinchester, too. To keep these plumes alive against 3 Mangonels.
Just get out of here.
Oh my god, Nicov saves that Mangonel. He lost 1, but he still has his force in the back. Vinchester's got to be worried about this.
Look at the...
Vinchester just queuing up more plumes, still no bodkin.
Yeah, I was just going to say the plumes for Vinch, they're all so weak on the left. So they're 1 or 2 scorpion shots away from going down. I think Nicov has had a realization of, okay, I don't think I can move on past this. And my new focus has got to be on the right side. But it's just such a long journey for him to get there. And again, and I mean it when I say it, it's not recency bias. This is honestly one of the best games and one of the best series in terms of level that we've seen.
It's such an
out of
interesting
Nicov.
game, isn't it?
It's so cool. And the hills and the wood lines and the maps, everything is added to this. It's such a fun one. But no bodkin.
Eco is not looking fantastic behind this. He's adding more farms. He's up to 22 farms placed now, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
But he definitely needs to keep expanding here. Still no bodkin, like you said, for Vinchester. Nicov does have a Mangonel in the Siege Workshop to the right, and he's leaving with that army that he had in the back of Vinchester's base. He's trying to be sneaky with it, too.
Yeah, look at this eagle, though, from Vinch. He knows. When he placed that TC, he knows that that's risky. And what Vinch is building up for here, I think a lot of people are waiting on where it's going to be, but he's building up for another castle. And he would need it to secure a woodline and gold, and then I think he'd be in the better position here with Mayans.
Finch coming out with a ram to take that siege workshop down. The knights are here though, and +2 armor's in.
Yeah.
+2 armor is in now. They can take out that ram very comfortably.
There's going to be 2 mangonels as well.
And here come the knights for the plumes as well. Still no bodkin, Tristan. Those plumes are weak. The castle's there from Vinchester, but Nicov, I don't think he realizes that Vinch doesn't have bodkin as Vinch goes up the Imperial Age now.
And look at this giant woodline. Nikov's got to loop around because he doesn't want to engage against those plumes. And so, I mean, honestly, the mangonels you can just leave on their own for now. Get your knights to the right side. Vinchester getting to imp will obviously be really tough for you, but if you take out this TC, there's still so many resources here that Vinch can't take.
I don't think Vinch fully realizes he doesn't have a blacksmith. So when he gets to Imperial Age,
yeah, he will.
He's going to have to make a blacksmith to then realize he didn't have bodkin this entire time.
Yeah, because he'll go to get Bracer, and he'll be like, oh, at least I have the resources for Bracer. That's good. And then he'll realize.
Get denied, at least.
Yeah, but it was also a good move to research Wheelbarrow in the TC that you don't want to produce Vills out of. So that's good. And that's a lot of plumed archers. 21 plumed archers. They're still very good here without Bodkinero. The Bodkinero's in. The mangonels are their biggest threat, not the knights. Oh my goodness. Nicov.
Oh, jeez.
He needs to engage against this army.
Yeah.
Look
Vinch has to be careful not to engage, too.
Yeah. But like 6 mangonels for Nicov, and these 2 mangonels that are wandering back to the right side have traveled more distance than any mangonel in existence. Like,
barracks.
This guy's been around.
Why on earth is he making a barracks here?
Look at Dave. Look at the woodline for Nicov right now. Just look at it
right now.
Just what are they doing? Villagers,
tragic,
are you stupid? Dude. What are you doing? Where do you push if you're Nicov? I can understand how confused he is at the moment. There's just so many castles.
Why would he make a barracks?
Halb? Probably. Maybe. The open Halb here.
Halb against Mayans?
Oh, no. I didn't see Nicov made it. I thought you were talking about...
Halb against Mayans?
I thought Vinchester made a barracks and I didn't see it. My bad. I'm going to...
That's such an MBL move right there.
I'll chalk that up to just... to a misclick of sorts then. Okay. There's Bodkin. There we go. There's Bodkin, but also chemistry, Dave, and then Bracer can come
Tristan,
in. Yeah.
There's a mangonel near that woodline from Nicov, and the plumes are coming in. Is it on patrol? Is it on patrol?
That's a good shot.
That's a great shot.
Yeah. And honestly, like, the mangonels, man, I still don't know where they go, but they've taken out the range, so Thumbring can't be researched. They'll take out the houses and the barracks. It's still pressure. And Nikov's thinking about imp himself now.
Yeah, and Vinchester is at, like, he's at 89 pop.
Yeah.
He's only got 70 vills. Like, I know it's Mayans. You can get away with low villager numbers, but it's not pretty for him, and he still has consistent woodline issues. Yeah. Right? So...
Nicov, it's the opposite. He's got too much wood. And, okay, Scorpions. This is going to be nice, because a lot of these plumes are weak.
Great damage.
Yeah, this is really nice.
From these Scorpions.
Just wondering if Nicov is going to transition into skirms or if he stays on knights. I think it's just easier to stay on knights.
The knights can actually win this fight against the plumes.
I think so too.
Vinchester stays in the same spot.
Look at Vinch's micro. The 3 plumes on the mangonels. The other plumes are in the back. He's whittling these down, and this is what plumes can do in numbers. Can he keep the numbers? Not really. Wow. This is a crazy game, Dave. Nicov needs one more big shot to feel really good about this. One more big shot.
He's on his knights.
On his knights. And
fine.
Attack round misses, but, you know, he's got a lot of work to do here. Boom! Doesn't get it. And Dave
he's
now...
bought himself quite a bit of time.
Yeah, but Dave, can he do it? Because there's 3 castles to make plumes. Vinch has to remember he has some at home. Vinch has a Treb already, and knights are super expensive. Also, apparently no bloodlines. I didn't realize that till now. Oh, my word. Nikov's going to be playing full defense here. There could also be a castle coming forward from Vinch. I'd love to see that right now. Just drop it right between the stables. Just go for it.
Really tough, right? Because you feel like you've already got your opponent on the run.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if you want to risk it in a situation like this and go for a castle as well, especially once you lost those 5 plumes to just Scorpions. Nicov finding a lot of value there with the Mangonel and Scorpions. Buying himself as much time as possible. He's still 20 seconds away from Imperial Age. Goes for a castle of his own defensively.
Dude, it takes so much time to research Cavalier and armor. We're still talking 2 minutes. He will make it to Imp. He drops the defensive castle. He really needs to take that gold on the right side of his base. I don't know if he can see it.
I think he's going to take out the trip. No, he's not. The plumes are coming back.
Yeah, plumes will come back. There's 22 plumed archers. Thumb ring on the way. What a game here. Remember, if Nicov wins this game, he sends Vinchester to the lower league, to Gold League. Vinchester won the first season of Platinum.
There's the castle for Vinch. There's the castle right there. Oh,
wow, boy. Man. And there, Nicov noticed the gold on the right. He's desperate for it right now, Dave. It's 100 pop for Vinch. But these plumed archers are going to be elite plumed archers now. So some great upgrades from the player who was late to upgrades in the first place. And Nikov's kind of scrambling. Even wood is an issue. Look at him tower the right side. Like, he's really concerned. Lots of idols. Just hoping the Cavalier is going to be enough for him.
It's so tough, too, because you can't even really go for the counter raid if you're Nicov, because you know there's 3 castles.
Exactly.
In your opponent's base,
yeah, you can't. And all you need, like, you don't even need good food eco now if you're Vinch. You just need wood gold, and he's going to find that. He's got 4 production buildings to make plumed archers out of.
Bro. Vinch is now... he's having fun in this game. He's got an army of plumes to the left side, running away with those. He was sniping bills. He's got a big army of elite plumed archers on the hill there. He's got all the upgrades, and he's got 4 castles to produce them.
Oh, man. Holy cow, what a game. One of the best games we've seen this season. Cavalier's still on the way.
Coming in on that stable, bro. Why is it coming into the forward stable?
Oh, no. He just snapped to a stable, and it took him to that one. He didn't think about it.
Not that one. No!
It might complete, actually, because the plumes will have to engage the army.
No, has he done the math? Has he done the math?
I don't know, but look at this. You got the counter raid from Nicov. He really needs to push that castle down.
That Cavalier stable is going to die. It's going to die. It's going to die.
He doesn't know.
He didn't do the math.
I think he did the math. Oh!
He did the math!
Let's go. Let's go, Nicov. Let's go. I mean, he's got 2 relic state, but it's 42 elite plumes. I don't think you can engage against that many plumed archers.
No, I mean, it's still dead, but he did the math.
You kind of have to, I guess. The bombard cannon could make a big difference here if he can get the right shots. Nicov needs to try and expand his eco. Oh my god, the Cavalier are eating.
Actually finding great positions here, and there's a bombard cannon there too that Nicov has to be, or Vinchester has to be careful about. The Cavalier got the way better engagement than I ever thought they would.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, Vinchester.
If he could push this castle back, Dave, he then can breathe again, fix his economy, and continue to spam Cav. There's still a world where you can then go for elite skirmisher. He's got 2 relics in the bank. He should take down this Treb. He did lose a lot of Cavalier in the end. It doesn't get the Treb. Didn't do the math on that one.
You could do it. Bombard cannon does the math.
Yeah, that's true. Boom. Done. Yeah, Vinchester really had a miscontrol there. I'm not sure. He might have been distracted by something. He will Treb down that monastery for Nicov, which means Nicov gets 1 less attack now on his Cav. But still, I think this game also shows you how cheap plumed archers are and how easy it is to come back when you've got castles with Mayans. Because Vinch lost like 20 units and he's up to 50 again.
He's got a big group of plumes that he could send in on the left side too.
Yeah.
Or watchtowers from Nicov. So he immediately sees that and he's like, damn, I can't give up this farming economy. I can't give up that wood line. Still hasn't noticed the wood line in the south, I think.
And then look at
doesn't see it at
now.
all.
Oh, a nice shot from Nicov. But Vinch is like, if I snipe these cannons, he never pushes me back.
Yep.
And he goes underneath the castle for it too. It's a gutsy move.
He can just toss away plumes. He
Crazy.
can toss away plumes. They're so cheap.
He's got 40 of them, Dave. He's still got his 2 traps. He's still standing on that hill.
And he's sniping the siege. He's not attacking the castle. He attacks the Treb instead. He's going to take it out.
Oh, my goodness. Vinchester. What a crazy game. And Nicov taps out with more pop.
Oh, jeez. And that's the one game Nicov can afford to lose.
Yeah, the only game that he can afford to lose against in this series losses. And then doubt. What a game for Vinchester. How did Vinchester win this game? This was unbelievable.
Yep.
Because Nicov played honestly, like a beast this game.
I kind of think, I think Nicov needed to chill with the Mangonels a little bit. there. Like he made so many mangonels forward, and at some point they didn't find value. Also maybe grab the relics earlier, get his food eco sorted a little bit earlier, maybe sit back and kind of relax after the initial push. And also like leaving with that army in the back of Vinchester's base. If he keeps pushing over towards where the market and the main gold was from Vinchester, I think if nothing else, he keeps the army from Vinchester back there for a very long time.
But I also think about the complexity of what Nicov had to accomplish versus Vinchester. Obviously, the defense was crazy, but once the defense was there, it's like, all right, you make castles, you make plumes, you move out, right? That's your game. Make castles, make plumes, make eco, move out. Nicov, it's like, can I make mangonels? Should I make mangonels? Where do I pressure? I've got all these places.
Exactly.
Where do I make a castle?
Where is he taking wood?
Where is he? Yeah, and then so it's just like, after the initial defense from Vinch, once he got the plumes rolling, he was able to make the comeback happen because of how cheap the plumed archers are, but because of how much easier the game plan is for him. So yeah, obviously bad for Nicov in the grand scheme of things. Still though, if Nicov continues to play like this in game 3, we could still see Vinchester relegated. So that was just an unbelievable game. I love that, man. Like I know like this Arabia version isn't perfect, but the amount of like forward golds and hills just create some wild games here. And that was the issue for Nicov, by the way, is he was really just kind of out of gold in a moment. He couldn't take it on the left. Vinchester would have taken the castle out in the middle, pushed to the right. Like, I don't like to see a GG at 150 pop, but I think Nicov knew he was kind of finished there.
I want to point out for everyone, Nicov did a 19 population men-at-arms into archer push.
Yeah.
Like, even with Lithuanians, that's tough, dude. That's tough. And he had walls around his resources, too. Like, that's tough.
Also, look at the resources collected that game if you're still in it. 52,000 resources collected. If this doesn't tell you how good Mayans are and how good the plumes can be, I know we don't see them all the time. Nicov did a great job that game to get more resources. It's just so costly to get Cavalier out, and he didn't have any momentum by the time he got there.
Yep.
Dang. That was a crazy game. And we are in. And yeah, I mean, you had just said it, Dave. The crazy thing about this game right here is whoever loses this game is relegated from Titans League. They're going down to gold. Crazy. So, Bengalis versus the Portuguese. Bengalis, I feel like it's really hard to make mistakes with them right now. You're always getting the additional villagers, so you're always going to be ahead there. If you're caught out of position with your monks have some extra armor, so you're able to recover. And their late game's also pretty strong as well, so I think I prefer the Bengalis here.
The thing I like about Bengalis is it's like, it's not really the mid game you're thinking about. It's not whether you're going into scouts or whatever. You can basically do just monks, and you'll still get at least 2 relics with most generations, right?
Yeah.
With their extra armor. It's all about your opening in Imperial Age, and that's where the game is really decided. So how you open against Portuguese, if he doesn't forward castle you, if he does, then it gets really interesting here. But how you open in Imperial Age usually determines how the game's going to go.
So far, we've seen quite a bit of Portuguese. We've seen standard plays with Portuguese. The Doubt versus Valis game yesterday, where Doubt was playing Portuguese, was an insane game.
Was Doubt running like a speed run, like skirmisher life percent or something? Like his skirmishers were lasting 10 seconds on average.
Yeah,
I think.
And then I'm pretty sure that Valis's monks were commanded to do more actions in one game than any monks ever. Because the amount of times they were in and out of their castles.
Ungarrison, ungarrison. And then, like, Valis has the best position ever with 2 castles and Hufnitsa. He loses the castles. I think he's going to lose. And then suddenly
he wins.
He just steamrolls back. It's like, bro, what? You couldn't do this when you had 2 castles?
I know.
In
Unbelievable.
Front of his base? Like, what?
Yeah, it was just unbelievable game. But in that game, if I'm not wrong, I could be. The point is that people have varying builds right now, but Doubt had gone for the lumber camp first, and again, sorry if it wasn't that game, but there are other games. I know Viper's gone lumber camp first. Nikov's actually using the bonus, which is a new bonus for the Portuguese, where they receive some wood income when they're on berries, and so every time I've seen this, it normally indicates kind of an all-in play. Like, it's not your standard build up towards scouts and monks. So I'm excited and I'm nervous for Nicov here to see what he's got in store for us.
Yep. The problem with this Portuguese build is that You can't really stop it, right? You might be able to stop the castle from going up forward.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
But
you can't stop the castle going up and the organs knocking at the door really, really early. And it can be a lot of pressure to deal with. We saw it against Burgundians the first time with Samaro, maybe? I forget. The first time we saw it in Titans League, but it was...
Yeah, Samaro is the one who started it, yeah.
And it felt like the Burgundians couldn't do anything at all. It felt like they were dead.
It definitely does have to do with the castle position. In the event that Nikov's going for the castle drop at home, Bengali player is going to have monks. They just go into redemption and convert it, and I feel like you're okay as the Bengalis. But if that castle goes up on your face, particularly on this left side of the base for Vinchester, or even the right, because I think either way a gold's denied, suddenly you're backed up in your base, and you don't know how much they're going to commit to the organs. We've seen players with Portuguese continue and make their own monks. So, it's tough. But honestly, I just still don't feel like Nicov, even though this is the guy who went for the crazy aggression in the previous game, I just don't think he's that type of guy. Like, I just don't see Nicov dropping castles on people. But he picked Arena, Dave, and he picked Portuguese early in his draft. So I don't know. Maybe he will.
Listen, you've already lost one game out of the one that you could afford to lose.
Yep.
At this point, he's just got to go balls to the wall, in my opinion. Like, if you're playing it safe, expecting to win your next 4 games in a row against Vinchester and Doubt, I don't know if that's the way to go, especially against the Civ like Bengalis, right?
If he plays this aggressive against Doubt, I think Nicov could actually 3-0 Doubt. And it's always like such an unpopular thing to say against Doubt, right? Because Doubt's a great player. He's beaten aggression so many times. But there's no way Doubt wins game 2 if he tries to play defensive with walls like that. There's no way that happens. There's no way that happens. And then game 1, Nicov played really good. So I don't know. I'm excited. We do have Nicov on the way up, 23 pop. He actually had 10 Vils in queue before he clicked Feudal. So I don't know if that was intentional, trying to like lower his score a little bit. Some people have been speculating on that. But Nicov on Arena needs to win. And we have a barracks for Vinchester. He's also gone up pretty quickly here, but he'll get 2 more Vils, and we have to assume it's probably going to be scouts for him.
Nothing to stone yet for Nicov. I forget when you send a stone with this build.
You always send it to stone while you're on your way up.
To Castle Age?
Yeah. Now, I think... So I had actually talked to Ganji and Draken about it because I wanted to see what they had said. They were so unhelpful in the best of ways, though. Draken was like, he's like, I don't actually have a build order. I just have like a... He didn't mean it to be conceited, but basically he was like, I just have a really good mind for the game. And, I didn't even practice it before I played Leary. I just got a feel for it, I was like, thanks, bro.
To be fair, he is Mr. Platinum.
I know. But seriously, I was like, what a load of crap is that? I come to you asking for a build, and you're just like, yeah, I just kind of have a mind for the game,
He's going up to Stone, Tristan.
And he's going to Stone now. Ganji did tell me, he was also like, yeah, I'm not honestly completely sure. But he was like, yeah, 2 to Stone before clicking up.
Yeah.
And, well, look at Nicov now. You've had villagers that were on wood making a dash over to the other side, and now they're like, actually, no, we're not needed now. So we're going to go to wood again.
He did get Loom as well, so he's planning on this castle being forward.
Oh, dude, but like, we've seen it before. You have to send so many Vils forward, and you already have so many Vils on stone, and the second you get 650 stone... Yeah.
See, the thing is, if the castle goes up, you basically don't need to invest into contesting the relics, because you win the relics if the castle goes up, right?
Yeah.
Also, your opponent needs to deal with it. It's like worth the sacrifice almost, and your villagers don't even need to come back to your base. Once they build it, they can just go into like stone or something forward. So, I don't know.
The thing is, though, I mean, I know he'll have a loom, but when we've seen this work, the player is going up about 90 seconds behind the Portuguese player, the castle player.
Vinchester sees it.
Yeah.
He sees it.
And like...
Oh, no.
And Vinchester's got scouts on the way, too.
No, dude, no.
And I think this is gonna be rough for Nicov. Like, do you want to compromise on your position in the castle and make it in the middle? I don't think so. But here comes Vinchester with villagers. He wants to stop it. He knows it's probably coming.
Bro, this is what I had theorized with the Burgundians. The only way to stop this, when we were thinking about that, is to bait him into a forward castle and then deny it.
Ooh, this is interesting. I mean, if you got scouts and villagers, you can definitely deny it. Nikov's panicked. He will get relegated if this castle does not go up.
Oh my god, he's trying to go for the quick wall. It's not working, though. Still, villagers against the scouts, going to be really good for him, and Vinchester doesn't have looms, so he can't engage with villagers here just yet.
I'm trying my best to make sense of this situation. Okay, yeah, no loom is interesting, but at the end of the day, the castle isn't going up. And just a quick glance back at Nikov's eco, it's a mess. He's got villagers abandoning the stone now, and he's abandoning the castle idea, Dave. He's going to make the castle at home.
Yep.
He's going to lose more villagers, and this is the perfect response from Vinchester against this strategy.
Vinchester's still no loom, but it doesn't matter. He's just outnumbering him.
Yep. And
Vinchester not even queuing bills, though. Okay, here we go.
Also, do you open the gate if you're Nicov to save your vills? Because if you do, the scouts go in.
Yeah, I think you open the gate. Yeah. That's a lot of dead vills, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it wasn't all in before, it is all in now.
Wow.
It definitely is all in now for Nicov.
It's going to take Nicov like a minute before he can even afford the first organ gun. Okay,
Dude,
uses the
delete
market.
the houses forward to get more wood.
True.
It's extremely valuable.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He's actually adding farms. Interesting. Okay.
Dude, Vinchester expected it. You also have a bit of insight because you see when they hit feudal. And Vinchester went 24 pop-up. Now, obviously, at this point, he received 2 villagers for arriving to feudal, 2 villagers for arriving to castle. So that on top of the vill kills is just insane for his economy. But he just knew, man. And he did not hesitate. The meta is known at this point that all-in organs can be strong, but a castle has to be on the front. I guess
where are those vills going?
Nicov maybe wants a monastery now, too. This is going to be so tough for him.
So if you're Vinchester, do you just angle towards redemption right now? Feels like it, right?
Yeah,
you queue
I
a few
do.
monks, and then you keep sending villagers to gold. You don't go for that second TC yet. Because once you convert some organs, the game's just basically over. That wolf just takes the shots and runs away. Doesn't even attack.
I mean, if you know how many vills you've killed, you know you're already up +4 because you're Bengalis. There's no reason to add the second TC until you make sure the middle of the map's secured. So keep the scouts active, keep the spearmen active too. That can be helpful. And like you said, get some relics, but get that redemption upgrade. Scouts going down could be an issue. And Nikov's got to try. He will be relegated regardless of his result versus Doubt after this. I think if he loses this, it doesn't even matter if Doubt wins 3-0 or 0-3. I think Doubt's position is confirmed in second in this group. Because I think Vinch needed a 3-0, and then Doubt had to lose or some crazy result for Vinch to get second.
I just love how Doubt was like, what, 90% for second and 0% for third, but then like a high percentage for fourth?
Yeah, that was...
or like 60% for second and then like 30 for fourth.
I think that was if Vinchester won 3-0 here and then Nicov 3-0 Doubt. I think that's what would have had to have happened. And Nicov, 27 vills. Credit to him. He's got some farming eco. He's got some organs. He's got 6 organs. He's battering down the gate. Not really battering, but shooting the gate. And we should see redemption soon. And there it is for Vinchester. So if Vinchester wants to win this game, he has to take care of those organ guns. He's got a big economy.
Okay, Nicov got 1 relic in. Big boost to his eco.
2 TCs. Look at Vinch on stone, too. I think he also knows that the next follow-up for Nicov is a follow-up castle. Maybe a fast imp, so he's thinking about his own castle. Need more monks than 2, I think, before you show yourself here. I know you're Bengalis, but I think you want like 4 or 5, at least. It's so nerve-wracking having organ guns outside your walls like this. Even as a caster, I'm just like, oh man, dreading it.
Like Bengali redemption monks. If Vinchester just even gets like 2 conversions here, it feels over, right?
Yep.
Gonna try.
He's got the range, and then what you would normally need to do to counter this is go for your own monks with atonement, but Nikov's economy is just so weak. So he's now unsure on what to do. He is going to get 3 relics, which is nice. but he can't really push.
Okay, he's going to need some really good RNG here. Nicov favored RNG. That's one organ going down. That's a fast conversion, and he gets 3 organs.
Huge.
Nicov in a really rough spot now.
Yeah, it just doesn't get any worse than this for you. You've lost the organs, 2 of the organs that were converted, and now there's going to be more monks and organ guns on the fields. Vinchester's got 50 villagers. He's ahead by 15 now. That's only going to continue to grow. And he can move out across the map for this castle if he wants to do it. And we knew coming into this, man, that Vinchester needed a 2-1. He lost.
Nikov's going up.
Yeah, you got to try, right? You got to try Imp here if you're Nicov. But crazy. I mean, even just thinking about the previous game that Vinch had to win that, so many people would have lost there. And they knew exactly what Nicov was going to do in this game.
So, like, what do you do here if you're Nicov? You
go
sell everything. You
sell
go
everything and go monks. Just like 4 monasteries. Your monks are cheap. You hope you can convert all of Vinchester's monks with the faster imp, and then somehow snowball this. And then also you do have the recovery option of Fatorius.
Hear me out.
So
4 layers of fortified wall.
Go
5
for it.
Victoria in the back.
What if that was like what if this was our first day?
Back,
yeah, what if this is our first day casting and we overvalued Fatorius? We'd be like, what is Nicov doing? Why is he selling his stone? He should be 4-layer stone walling.
No, looks like he's going for the monk options. He's got 2 villagers forward here. However, lots of monks here from Vinchester. Does he have atonement yet? Nicov does not. And saves the organs. No, he heads back for more. Don't. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't even think those things bring you any value now. Just sit them somewhere and don't move them.
They bring you negative value.
Yeah, it's just a distraction at this point. Fervor for Vinch. I wasn't expecting to see that. The monks will be a little faster now, and well, I think
Vinch is going to be like, dude, why is it so expensive for me to go to the next stage?
I know, right? Yeah, you look at that market. Sometimes you can actively see the other person using the market too. I honestly think to have any chance though, obviously you go monks, but Nicov, you need to immediately add a Fatoria.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yep, 100%.
You need a boost.
For nothing else other than food income and wood income.
Yeah, you need some type of a boost here. And if he were to be planning that, he would need houses right now. So hopefully he thinks about that. Because we've seen crazy things with Fatorias, right? Like that win with Draken against Leary was crazy. Delete the organs. Just get rid of them. Yeah.
I like the box formation, though. It's very nice.
I want... don't steal this from me, okay? I really want to use this in a video where the game's really good. Next time someone loses a bunch of organs in a really competitive game, I'm going to have Hardy and Kaylee make the thumbnail be like the ID card for the player who lost the organs.
For
and
an
it's
organ donor?
Organ donor.
Yeah.
Make a cheesy little ID. Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to make Fatorias. There's the houses. Boom. Good job, Nicov. Let's go. Comebacks on. 4 relics. Fatoria trickle. Vinchester will have some type of a timer. Obviously, full map control is crazy for him, but that might not stay the case if he loses his monks here.
Get rid of the organ. Don't make any more. Just stop.
Also, do not be out on the map with your monks right now, Vinchester. You need to be in your walls. Because if you were to lose 8 monks and then Nicov suddenly has 16, you would have some problems.
Vinchester now expanding to the left side. And
just
lumber camp.
Chop wood. Okay.
Hear me out. Right. Nicov super turtles. He's got another Fatoria here. Fortified wall. Layers and layers of fortified wall. Right? Vinchester can't get through. He's got monks behind converting all of Vinchester's stuff. Nicov then makes an onager. And he starts the long chop around towards Vinchester.
I'm hearing you. Keep going. and then he shows up with 4 organ guns.
Yes, we have a pitched battle in the back of Vinchester's economy, and Nicov realizes he's not going to get it done.
I mean, sign me up for that. I'm down. I am curious, why does Vinchester want the sides of the map so much? What's the reasoning for that? Vision? Seems very weird.
He just wants to expand out here, and Nicov, he knows Nikov's going to tunnel down through the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, at this point, if you're Nicov, I actually think you could, It sounds stupid.
Third Faitoria, bro.
Yeah, I think if you're adding this many Faitorias and you're not pushing with Trebs, you actually start falling back here. You don't full turtle like you said, but you start to fall back so you don't get killed by the economy from your opponent. I'm not sure about the university in the middle of the map, but live your dream.
What are these village? Oh, he's gonna find the villagers on stone. Villager kills. Let's go.
Convert him. No, don't kill him. Convert him.
Yeah, convert him. Yes, and he is. He's not killing. He pulls the organs away.
And Nicov says yes. Nicov says yes in the chat. Let's go.
Nice play from Vinch. That would have been a huge. That would have been a 12 villager swing.
Yeah.
If he had gotten all 6.
Nicov, go home, bro. I know you've seen crazy monk conversions. Go home. You got Faitorias now. What do you think your opponent's doing? He's either going for more monks than you before he shows himself, or he's going to go for light cav. And obviously, it's going to be light cav.
Why is Nicov making these Faitorias forward? Why not? You've got so much space at the back. It's weird.
He needs to leave right now. You also see a stable from before, so that could be a heads up. The problem is, it's like when this all in, you think I have to push. But again, I think if you go 4 Faitorias, you've invested over 1,000 gold or 1,000 gold and 1,000 stone into the defense.
Yeah.
And you don't turtle, like you said, full stonewall, but you really just don't want to leave yourself exposed out here.
You know, for everything Nikov's been through here, like, I'm surprised Vinchester hasn't been a little bit more aggressive.
Agreed.
Like, and we look at his village count. He's only at 87 right now. He's not producing any more vills. Like, his economy is not good. Nikov's actually getting to a position where he's favored.
If Nicov sees the light cap, oh my god, Nicov, run. Run away. Did you see that? He did, I think. You gotta run. That house there was clutch for him. He also got heresy, so any unit that gets converted
and look at his resources.
Die. Yeah.
They're coming in really fast now. Like, Nikov's, it's almost an even game now.
I agree.
It's crazy.
Okay, so he thinks heresy, this is okay. There's a lot of light cav there. Oh boy. The organs are going to miss the light cav. Oh, if he just was back in his base, but he gets conversions.
He does get 3 conversions, sends them immediately over to the monks. These are Bengali monks, though, but they're all out of faith. A lot of them are out of faith. Nicov needs to look at which ones are converting. He's going to get a couple monks here.
Hype? There's a chance?
And he converted one of those that was converting his light cav. So he's clearing up all the monks from Vinchester, and he still has organs alive. He still has monks of his own alive. He's converting more light cav. Nicov has 4 Faitorias behind this.
Light cav, not killing the rest of Nikov's monks. Okay, Nicov, just back up and chill for a second, dude. Just back up and chill. You've got organ gods and monks. It's kind of working. I don't know. Maybe you don't chill. Maybe you push.
No, I think you have to push, dude.
I mean,
you have to push.
You're spot on, though. I mean, Vinchester had time. We thought he would take the map control. Nicov is actually... Did he really go for
4
5?
relics. 5th Faitoria with 4 relics. Nikov's favored. Nikov's favored here.
Wow, let's see
Vinch
how much...
has not done. Vinch has not done enough at all. Vinch has done nothing, dude. He's still not producing villagers. What is going on? He's only at 99 villagers here. We're 34 and a half minutes into the game.
There's just certain strats. This is great work from Vinchester to kill that monk and loop around for reinforcements. There are certain strats. Don't tell me Vinch is going to lose a Treb to light cav. But there's these strategies that just kind of hurt. They affect your line of thinking. You can't think properly, right? And this all-in strat can do that to you. And it's also hard to gauge because you don't know your opponent has Faitorias. You don't have any clue. You have to imagine they maybe have 1, but 5 of them is bringing a lot of resources for Nicov.
Nikov's going to go into what? Cavalier here? He's adding in the stables.
Cavalier would be so epic. Cavalier would be so
awesome.
epic. No, not Light Cav. Cavalier Nicov.
No. Oh, Light Cav is a really big mistake. I mean, you got 5 Faitorias. You need to really use your pop.
Well, honestly, he does know there's going to be monks out there. So I kind of like the move for that reason. He's going to deny this castle. No way. No way. You're kidding me.
Oh, my God. Nicov wins this, dude. He just wins.
Does he?
It's crazy. Look at the resources.
Yeah. He doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades yet.
He could go elite organ gun soon.
What? Reminder, to anyone who's just skipped ahead or just arrived. The loser's out of Titans League Platinum, and these are 2 of our biggest names in Age of Empires 2. Vinchester, the one who won the first freaking season. Vinchester. He's got some crossbows. He has no arbalest yet, Dave.
I will say, the unit control for Nicov here in the later stages of this game has been amazing.
Yeah.
He's always converting. As soon as he sees a unit, He hasn't been tossing away army. Vinchester now looping around to the left side with some trebs. That castle still denied in the north. Chemistry coming in for Vinch right now, and he's got a bunch of crossbows. What can the crossbows really do? Look at the resources from Nicov. I think he's going elite organ gun soon.
Nikov's been getting
elite organ gun.
Nikov's been getting attack upgrades up until this point. He didn't expect the crossbowmen. If he can kill them with other things, he'll be okay. But the light cav will melt. They were supposed to be... The light cav were out here for monks, Dave. But Nikov's still pushing, and as you said, the organ guns are a really good unit. Elite's on the way. Nicov trying to convert.
Oh boy, he's also got light cav attacking the Ratha in the back. Organ guns are just unstoppable here, killing everything.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I thought he was so dead. Vinchester had the perfect plan. He stopped the castle.
Maybe getting complacent. He was trying to stretch out to the left side, the right side of the middle area. He got discovered, and Nicov had time to place 5 Fatorias. 5 Fatorias with 4 relics.
What
Disgusting
in the world?
Eco.
Oh my god, and like the Vils on the left, all dead, still very confused about all that. The Treb's gonna be picked off. Castle on the right's being walled up by Nicov. You're right, this guy's everywhere right now. He does not want to be knocked out.
Oh my god. Nicov, what on... He just went Super Saiyan or something.
Super Saiyan, dude. And also 5 Fatorias, right? 5 Fatorias has been insane for him. And, you know, no horse collar, no second wood upgrade, no wheelbarrow.
Vinch can still finish that from the corner. Vinch can finish that from the corner. There's one little tile there. And he's working away on the gate. However, the organs are coming across. They know what's happening. It's only one villager building this castle.
You gotta love how, of all the jokes about horse collar that have happened over the years with Nicov, he researches it now. When he has 5 Fatorias. He just researched it. Yeah, castle will complete there. I mean, I think if you're Nicov, you let that complete. You just push the middle now. Just continue your focus towards the middle.
You can make a random treb and take that over.
Yeah, like bombard cannons and organs. Push the gut and finish this game as quickly as possible. That castle does nothing for Vinchester right now, and Vinchester's just scrambling, Dave. Still, you got crossbows, no arbalest. I don't even know. Bengalis might not even get arbalest. I don't even remember. I think they do.
They do.
But Nicov, you know, he didn't have bloodlines. He didn't have armor. He went for the full attack. But just full gunpowder on the back of 5 Fatoria economy. And Nicov can absolutely win this game. He can relegate Vinchester. And then give himself a shot. He still has to 3-0 Doubt. But he gives himself a shot here to stay alive.
Elite organ guns, one of the most frustrating masses of units to take down.
Yep.
They're tanky and they deal a lot of damage at the same time. Even though they're slow, frustrating to use sometime, and the pathing is not the greatest.
Yep.
They are very difficult to kill.
I think Vinchester, maybe after the initial moment in castle, great attack ground from Nicov. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, yeah, these organs will destroy these light cav. Light cav have no chance against organ guns.
Yeah, just ripping through these.
When you think of Bengalis, you think of monks, elephant archers. We're seeing light cav, we're seeing trebs. We're not seeing any of the strong units from Vinch. He doesn't have gold access, Dave. Any gold that he does have is going to be denied. And he's unlikely to take out the castle here from Nicov. Nikov's going to take out the trebs with the bombard cannons. Nicov has the score lead. Nicov has the army lead. Nicov actually has pulled this win back from, like, the depths of hell. Like, insane.
I almost want, like, an interview with him after this. Like, what were you thinking? What were you feeling?
Yeah.
At that moment, like, he has got to be so stunned right now that he's in this position. He's pop-capped, of course, with 5 Fatoria. He's got elite organ gun. He's got monks. He's got bomber cannons. He's got a forward castle after his initial forward castle failed, and he was 12 villagers behind in early castle age.
Yeah, crazy.
Wild.
Just crazy. And now, you know, if you question anything Vinchester has or hasn't done at this point, it's maybe understandable. Right now, though, what does he do, right? Like, there's not... Yeah, you don't have any fallbacks now because you don't have the gold for it. And you're just stuck on light cap because that's what you teched into. He's trying his best in the middle of the map. But good luck raiding the Fatorias. Look at Nikov's base. He's actually stonewalling in his main eco. Oh, so that doesn't get raided by the light cap.
What do you mean his main eco? You mean these 5 buildings?
Yeah.
He's using one of them as this part of his wall.
Oh, man. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. And again, I have to credit Nicov because Nicov looked so rough, man, coming in here. I know he was moving and has been probably stressed with all that. He still could be relegated. That's the sad thing for him.
A chance.
But like his performance today, anyone else comes in here against Vinchester after the situation on the group, they might just say, whatever. I'm just going to YOLO, but not really go for any good games. I'm just going to die, and it's going to be finished for me. Wow. Yeah, this is over. This is
right
so
now.
over.
Vinchester was wishing that this is like Regicide Arena.
Yeah, seriously.
Some king that he can kill or some like win condition he can meet. But it's like, if you look at it from his point of view, you can't kill this army. You can never kill this army.
Yep. Nicov has done what he needed to do today, and Vinchester needed 2 wins.
I think Nicov should actually just go for Bomber Tower here.
Yeah.
Honestly. He's going Cavalier, but...
Yeah, Cavalier's good. Organ Gun's good. Monks you don't even need. Like, all of it that Nicov could choose to do is going to be fine here. Light Cav for Vinchester, even that is not going to be possible long-term if you lose all your economy. This is a big engagement for him. He's got full upgrades.
21 organs.
Well, not full upgrades, but he's got a lot of upgrades. But Nicov
this is chop liver.
Drops another castle. Yeah, Nicov has the resources. He just gets more because of the Fatorias. Also, look at how many organs are stacked. Beautiful work there. 60 kills for those organ guns. Holy cow, man.
I mean, credit to Vinch. He fights on, right? He doesn't want to lose, but this is disgusting.
Yeah, this is just a crazy comeback. And, you know, another reason why you might pick Portuguese on Arena. Vinchester, the winner of Season 1. Remember, he has 13 wins and 2 losses in that group. He then beat Hera 4-2 in the semifinals and Veleza 4-3 in the final. Crazy results. So if anyone was going to be favored to move on to the playoffs, at the very least, it would have been him. We probably should double-check the data, make sure that what we were looking at before this series was correct. But I believe that means that Vinchester is no longer in Platinum League, and he gets relegated down to Golds. And then now Nicov needs a 3-over stout, or he's joining him. Wow, that's crazy.
I think Vince made some really crucial mistakes there. Number one, I don't think he had a plan going into Imperial Age. It seemed like he had so many options he could go for. Number two, he didn't expand his eco, like at all. He's just kind of queuing up vills from 2 TCs. He went for a castle after he had denied the initial castle from Vinchester and after he already had Redemption Monks to deal with the organs. So that put him even further behind. And then by the time he was in a position to finally make units, Nicov already had 5 Vitoria.
Yeah.
It was just really rough.
And
he's going to be kicking himself for that one.
I mean there's the options thing. Like, you know, usually with the greater eco, you go faster imp, you have your monks, open light cap, and then push. But while he was later to imp, the biggest thing that's confusing for me, it's not even the unit composition. Why did you have villagers on the left? And why did you have villagers on the right? Like, he deleted 6 villagers at one point. Also lost like 12 on the left side. I just don't get that, right? You have the eco in your base, and you should be able to. Your opponent just had monks there to still use the light cap to control the middle and take those res. But, I mean, you are on a clock against Fatorias. Nicov was able to get elite organ gun, cavalier, full upgrades, lots of monks. It's a combination of the gold units being very cheap for Portuguese with the Fatoria eco. But, yeah, it just felt like everything fell apart for Vinch. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah. The resource is actually still ahead for Vinch, but 11,000 more gold in favor of Nicov.
Well, gold players aren't very excited with what they just saw.
Nope.
They're like, hope I'm not going to be in Vinch's group. But, you know, that's the point of the system. You want to have consistency more than anything. It just wasn't there for Vinch. Now, what this means is, and I'm going to try and pull it up here, that Valis and Running, the 2 promoted players, I think Valis is safe 100%. And if Doubt gets 1 win against Nicov, so basically relegates Nicov when they play, that Running is also safe from relegation. I'm going to pull up the little Statafrax sheet again. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a way, even if it doesn't update, to add the result to see the potential standings there if you're looking at it.
I'm just looking at Wikipedia. Vinchester's 100% out. 100% out.
Yeah, Vinch will be at 100% out. And now Valis is always in. Valis could end up squeaking into 3rd place, which would mean he goes into the playoffs. depending on what happens, of course, there's a 12% chance that he's in 4th. Running, there's an 87% chance he's in 4th, so it means he stays alive. And then that 12% chance for him that he does get relegated is if Nicov wins 3-0 versus Doubt. So
Nicov can't only win 2 because he loses the tiebreaker against Valis, and he loses the tiebreaker against Running because he lost the head-to-head.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Interesting group here.
Yeah, and we would have thought, even though all the players are really good, we would have thought Valis and Running would be the 5th and 6th conversation. And right now, that's not dominating our talks. So, honestly, I know that, Nicov still has a lot more work for him, but I want to say well played Nicov today because the first 3 rounds were abysmal. 4th rounds gave him a really good chance. If he could play like that against Doubt, especially because Doubt doesn't have quite as much to fight for, I think he could actually beat Doubt, though Doubt has been looking pretty consistent too.
Man, also, there is a chance here, a pretty big chance that Vinchester is relegated and Capwatch is relegated as well.
Yeah,
because Capwatch is just hanging on, barely hanging on there.
Yeah, it's bad for him.
It's
super bad. I think Capwatch will be. It's just a matter of will Kingston, like what happens between Kingston and Ganji there in that group, which is cool, because I think they have to play each other yet. Kingston, Ganji. Kingston has to play Jordan, and he has to play Ganji. Dude, Kingston Ganji will probably be a situation where if Ganji gets 1 win, he goes through, or at least like the winner stays up, the loser goes home. So,
Nicov just tweeted, "Clown's gonna clown."
Let's go, man. Let's go. That's crazy,
bro. Oh, I want to talk to him so bad right now, Nicov. Are you hanging around?
Yeah, I kind of do. I also like. I know Nicov, and he's still
got to win 3 games.
Exactly,
like,
that's the thing. If that was the final round, then he wins that, and it's like, oh, I stay alive. It's an exciting moment, and he should use that momentum. But we could always talk to him. I talked to him a bit this week.
Man, how outrageous would that be if he manages to sweep Doubt?
Crazy.
And then he's up to. Then he would be up to 2nd place, right?
2nd place? Yeah.
He would go from 2 and 7. He has Doubt and Vinchester to play.
Yep.
Dead last.
Yeah.
And then he hits the 6% chance and goes up to 2nd place. Crazy.
Yeah, and like Doubt fans should be happy. Doubt's gonna be in the playoffs anyways. So I know Doubt's gonna take it seriously, but Doubt's going to be in the playoffs regardless. So, Nikov's going to be going crazy. Maybe there's a chance there.